Radiance? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Let me think.
Will the hook go straight Radiance?
I guess ideally you want to go Radiance. And they actually banned the Bristleback when we were mocking, huh?
Wow. Yeah, I actually really like their last two bans. I think the Pango ban was sick because that would have been a great way to try and control and annoy the Night Stalker. And as much as we've kind of hated on Bristleback, like Night Stalker and Wraith King, that's just a big nuisance for those two heroes. And if you know that they play it, then I can understand not wanting to deal with double goos and stuff. It'd be kind of cool.
All right, they take the Nyx. I guess there's a chance OD could be middle, right?
Yeah, it could be mid, could be off lane, yeah.
I don't really like OD versus Wraith King in the lane. You don't really have any wave clear. I feel like OD might just get a better game if he lanes middle, but you know, it could be Dreamstroke middle. There's a lot of potential switch ups they can go for.
I would agree. OD likes playing against Wraith King once he has some items and the game's broken out, but in the early lane, yeah, it's not easy. Those skellies are a real pain in the ass, and Wraith King has enough sustain that your orb harassment isn't that bad. It'd be
nice if they could punish the Astral Seer with someone who can hit out of a setup. I mean, they have the Lina. They could just move the Lina to 4 with how much punish she offers in that exact situation. Or they could try a disruptor, just because it would be kind of nice to lock down the Ricky, but they'll go back just for a much more stock standard.
All right.
Earth Spirit. Good options for Shadow
lineup.
Yeah.
On Latam.
I mean, this Lina is ready to sit back and be a fireball turret. She certainly has the supporting cast for it. Jeez.
Yeah, that is nice. 4 big brawling heroes to try and hide amongst. And no one wants to hit Tombstone despite them being it being the very first pick. By the way, it's an amazing Tombstone game still.
Yeah,
it's OD's worst nightmare. It's like, yeah, I'm never hitting that thing. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're off. Well, still kind of matters if you're off lane, but
as soon as that Mirana got banned, you know, Latam defenders were like, oh, hell yes. Give me that Tombstone, please.
Yeah, actually.
Not a lot of time here for
This is a tough one to call. I feel like they need some kind of front line, though. Right now, a relatively squishy lineup in comparison. A bit elusive with the Ricky, but all right, they take the Enigma, so now you've got some really big team fight. The Sacred Enigma.
That's so bold, actually. You're picking Enigma into Wraith King, and you're also playing Enigma against a lot of gap close. Considering they have a Night Stalker and so much vision, it's pretty easy for them to just jump the Enigma. Even if he has BKB, then he has to black hole whoever jumps him. Wraith King is outside of everything. I trust Sacred's Enigma. He's really good, but this doesn't strike me as the easiest Enigma game.
It's definitely not.
I'm trying to think how good the Night Stalker's game is going to be. I think I like it enough. I think I'm going with the Latam defenders.
Yeah?
Yeah, put me back on. I'll take him 3 games in a row.
You believe in
over with the Venom.
Valky? Okay.
Not so much with the Brood, but I also really like Night Stalker. One of my favorite heroes. So
comfort zone for Cuckahook on that Wraith King. But it is Ricky OD. I mean, those are 2 heroes that really scare me right now, just in terms of meta picks. Both of them tearing up my pubs. EGOBOYS have some really scary heroes here. I kind of favor EGOBOYS a little bit. As much as my inner bias for Latam defenders wants to come out, I think I got a flip-flop here. Bowie, where are you?
Get your team fights, though, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with EGOBOYS, just because Sacred's Enigma definitely impressed me in that other game he played.
Okay.
But it is kind of a tough... I think this game's gonna look much harder than the last one we saw. That's for sure.
Okay, well, split panel here. Now over to the casters. Gare Bear and 1437. We need to hear your thoughts, gentlemen. What's happening?
Oh, Gare Bear, sorry. These nicknames. I've not heard that one in a long while. One of my favorites, though, for sure. Theban, game 3 here. It's all tied up between the EGOBOYS and Latam defenders. What are we looking at?
Oh, we're looking for a real spicy game. I think this is the game where there's no real outdraft coming out from both sides. Both sides have pretty even heroes, a lot of the tier 1 heroes as well. I think EGOBOYS, they got the Ricky, Odie, Enigma trio. I think these 3 heroes are pretty much at the top of their roles at the moment. Maybe Odie is more like an offlaner, but in this game he'll be played again by the mid player. And on the side of Latam defenders, you know, this Wraith King, I feel like he's been the best carry at the moment, at least in this region, right? Every game we see Wraith King, he has incredible amount of impact in the games. But this Lina, man, this Lina is gonna have to do a lot of work. He's playing against Ricky. It's very hard actually to play against Ricky as a Lina, because you know you got that jump on you and you gotta make distance and stuff. And then as long as the Lina gets farmed, gets some damage items, maybe she can try to kill the Enigma while it's trying to black hole or something like that. I will say one more thing. This is the first time I think my entire life I've seen someone pick Enigma into Wraith King.
Yeah, bit of a weird one there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So
yeah, knowing that
interesting.
Your black hole, if he's got reincarnation up, is going to do very little. But I guess you know, the focus on that Lina could potentially be there. Just black hole the Lina, make sure she dies, deal with the Wraith King a little bit later on. Because it's not just black hole, right? You've got this soulbind with a double hex, the shackles, and Ricky with that smoke screen that can make life very difficult for 4 strength melee heroes on this Latam side. Now heading into so many ranged heroes, if they don't make the connection with that first big punch of initiation, and they could get turned around on quite easily.
Yeah, and you're also playing into... Oh, go ahead.
No, mine's nonsense. You keep going with analysis.
I was gonna say, they also have a tombstone problem on the side of EGOBOYS, right? You're playing Undying and your cores are OD, Ricky, Enigma. These heroes cannot really kill it. So they need to really like manage their way around fights so that if the tomb gets dropped, you get out and then you can re-engage once it's down. And you're kind of like really dependent on Latam boys to make some mistakes, essentially, in how they're gonna be initiating.
Have they changed this pause screen? Because it used to say like the game is paused. Now it says player has paused the game.
Yep.
When did they change this? Am I blind?
I think they just changed it now.
Like today?
Just now. Yeah. Or maybe we're just not paying attention to the pauses, right? Or like talking or thinking about the game or something like that. But it looks like the game's going to be on pause now. I see some goals.
We're ready.
Readies. Nice. Let's get into it.
I was just wondering what happens, like, let's say if I pause the game, or if, you know, Finol or Puppy pause the game, does it say their name, you know?
That'd be pretty funny, you know, Puppy pause.
Yeah, Puppy has paused the game.
Yeah. I think the newer viewers nowadays have no idea what that even means or where it stemmed from.
The Malini police are coming, man. Malini's here.
Blast from the past.
Pauses. Yeah, it sure is.
So I have a question for you, Gary. You have like a clear, you know, team that you think is going to win this game?
I always err on the side of Enigma. Whenever I see Enigma on a team, I'm like, you always have a chance to win. But I feel like with this lineup, with the Ricky and the team fight combos they've got with Grimstroke and Shadow Shaman, I just feel like it's easier for them just to see a target, go in and kill them.
So are you willing to wager 5 techie games on stream? Are you willing to back up this Enigma that much?
5?
Okay. How about?
I mean, we're playing later tonight, right? I'll play techies with you guys.
No. Never mind. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, I thought
never mind. Forget I even asked.
Immediately.
Backpedal.
Get out of here quickly.
No, forget I asked. Okay, but I will say though, I do like Latam defenders draft a little bit more, although they don't, like Lina and Night Stalker wouldn't really be considered tier 1 heroes in their roles versus like EGOBOYS having a lot of tier 1 heroes on their draft, mainly because it's just Undying. Like the power of the Undying is not a joke when you don't have a way to just kill it. Like if you go in with a Grimstroke Soulbind or a name hard initiates and then the tombstone gets dropped, you can only kill like 1 hero before the zombies become too much.
Yeah, whose job is it? Like Grimstroke, go hit tombstone, please.
That's the saddest life ever as a support trying to hit tombstone, unless you're a Snapfire.
Yeah, true. A bit of lane swapping going on around here. Wraith King TP's up top, and they leave the Night Stalker down here as EGOBOYS, they set up a tri-lane for the first minute of the game. We'll see if they continue doing that. They
wanted to, I guess, shut down the Wraith King a little bit, but Wraith King, I think he's gonna be okay top. Easier lane for Enigma though. Up in the top is hard to dive this hero, especially on level 2 if he scales up the midnight pulse and drops it when you're diving him under a tier 1.
All about the tombstone. And that mid lane, Lina 8-0 against the OD's 5 CS so far. Lena's such a powerful lane dominator. When she hits level 2, the Fiery Soul really starts stacking up with the right-click projectile she's throwing.
Lina is... Yeah, go ahead.
What's the range difference here? 670 against 450? Jeez, that's
it's pretty significant. OD was definitely always considered not a favorable matchup against Lina, but this OD has 325 movement speed. So he can just definitely run in there, you know, get an Astra on the Lina and 2. The only problem is, ooh, first blood. Okay.
Yeah, that Underlord, Undying, found out by Tana, who also snipes out the courier of Night Stalker. That's what you need from the tri lane, isn't it?
Some kills.
Yeah, some kind of advantage, because you're all leeching experience in that bottom lane from each other.
Yeah, and they also got the lane back. That's like the best part about this tri lane right now. Like, if the lane is pushed in to the Night Stalker, then you got a big problem, right? And Undying is a hero who can actually fight into tri lanes very well. To get some nice double or 3-man decays if ever that happens.
And try and keep that focus going. Because they are sticking the tri lane down here, giving Enigma that free lane up at top, or the solo lane there. Trying to deny some creeps from the Wraith King, and also, you know, dragging that wave back to his tower. Lane equilibrium, always in the hands of the Enigma.
Enigma's having a great lane right now, 2 versus 1.
Yeah, it's a good Earth Spirit pull to try and drag it back a little bit here. But the thing is, Enigma's kind of holding 2 heroes there alone, right? Like, if Earth Spirit leaves, then things become a bit tough.
Definitely. If he leaves, I don't think the Wraith King can just stand here.
So it would be really nice for that Earth Spirit to get into the Lina's lane. Maybe jump the OD.
Yeah, speaking of jumping the OD, it looks like a 2-man smoke rotation from the range supports going onto Lina. OD is asking for some kind of a play here. I was gonna say, like, they don't have good supports to gank the Lina with this OD Astral, but if you force it, you will be able to make it happen.
Especially around that first rune spawn. Like, knowing Lina's bottle is empty. If you kill her off, secure the rune, it really does shut down her lane.
She knows. She knows there's supports here.
But they get the Astral from long range. Level 3 Astral there, rolling from Earth Spirit. Shackles, but the kickback stops the Ink Spell connecting. Very well done by Moonlight.
Yeah, they get the rune at least. They don't let the Lina refill, but they also don't get the kill onto the Lina. They spent a lot of time smoking to mid as well. A lot of wasted time from EGOBOYS.
Sure is, and they've got to come back down bottom because Night Stalker's done a good job chipping away at Ricky's HP.
And the lane's also pushing into the NS.
Yeah, you're true. Ricky's got a lot of HP regen though.
Yeah, he does.
Plenty of 1 charges. Rolling onto that Enigma, but again, Sacred. Pretty tanky. Still has lots of regen to stick in the lane as well. And even with that Moonlight rotation mid, he feels a little bit lost. He's just going to be stacking, pulling, trying to grab up some bounty runes. Lina's rotated up here 4-1, but has she paid the price for it? Idle on damage, not enough for her nor Moonlight to die. They get up to high ground, and they are safe for now. A little bit spooky there. I mean, Enigma has now soaked up 3 heroes' time in the top lane.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty impressive, man. And that's like 3 stunners, too. Doing some good work. I mean, this guy is not ranked 20 for nothing.
Yeah, true. And it also means this bottom lane, they've kept the Night Stalker and Undying away from the creep wave for a good 30 seconds. They've de-warded the Observer ward, and they should have access to that pull camp to drag the wave back if need be. For now, it's just going to be a go on the Undying. Shackles are ready, holding it in case the Void comes. Now the Void has been used. They drop the Tombstone, though, and a great ink swell onto all 3 of them. But Tano's still the first one to die. The Undying, the tanky heroes, Earthspirit and the Night Stalker, difficult to bring down in the early stages of the game.
Oh, man. I mean, he got a 3-man decay there. Like, he just picked up 12 strength just like that. Healed. This is looking really bad for EGOBOYS right now. Like they went through the nighttime without getting a daytime without killing the Night Stalker a single time in this tri lane. That's really bad. He's got 21 last hits, about to be level 5. He's getting stronger. These supports are gonna fear this NS big time.
Yeah, he's got 2 braces and a wand. Incredibly difficult to take him out.
Has some boots coming out too.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So when you get yourself in this kind of situation where you're kind of running up against the brick wall of the Night Stalker, you know, Shadow Shaman is roaming in towards mid, but what's the overall game plan? Like, do they go and stack? Do they just sit near lanes and hope something happens?
Oh no, you can't afford to stack anything, right? Like you don't really have the heroes for it too on the side of EGOBOYS. Like you gotta just keep trying to make some plays happen. Maybe drag the heroes away from the Night Stalker's lane and then go and gank him after those heroes left that lane. Because right now there's like Earth Spirit or Undying covering him. Maybe try to make a play onto Lina, but that's also hard. Lina's just shoving mid out with the Dragon Slave.
Yeah, then hiding by her tower. TPing now.
Here it is.
Astral Meteor Hammer stopped by that Light Strike Array, and Earth Spirit helped out with the Laguna Blade. They blow up the OD. Earth Spirit is, of course, taken out initially. But Night Stalker wants a little bit more. He's hungry for this Shadow Shaman. Oh, poor little guy, just burnt alive.
I mean, the EGOBOYS, they're trying to make some plays happen with these catapults. First, the OD mid, he did a lot of damage there. But bottom, this second rotation got him killed, and Delina making a clutch TP bot. Very well done by Latam defenders.
It's created a nice bit of space for their true position 1 carry hero, the Enigma. Here's the one farming away. Roll towards Ricky.
Position 1.
Great connection from Moonlight. Inkswell, do we have a jump? No, it's silence time from Night Stalker.
Yikes. Ah, man. He's level 6 now, almost level 7. Ricky is still not yet level 6. I mean, it's safe to say that this tri lane has been a disaster after the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it has not succeeded. Undying does get dropped here. Shadow Shaman shackles up that Wraith King who doesn't have mana. Can't actually pop Reincarnation, stunned by the Malefice.
Should be good.
Necro units chasing, but yeah, not fast enough. So Necro 1 on the Enigma now. It's gonna be real good against the Wraith King pre-shard. Get rid of all that mana, burn it through. Stop the Reincarnation. That's a Wraith King with no wand going straight into Armlet.
Yeah, this game I like Armlet, right? The other day I was talking about how the Radiance was like you shouldn't rush it. It's because, you know, they have a PL problem. This game, the Radiance is not gonna do that much.
Oh, Lina mid.
Mix it up.
She TP's in and is immediately Astral Meteor hammered, but the backup again from the Undying, she is perfectly fine, while Tano probably isn't. Yeah, the Tombstone gets thrown in and she secures the kill on the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, you can expect that to be happening all game long, Gary. Every time EGOBOYS try to do something, if the Tombstone drops, they're just gonna try to run away, cut their losses, and they will always lose somebody for it. Because there's such sole heroes on the side of EGOBOYS.
I'm gonna try and defend this mid tower now, EGOBOYS.
Yeah.
It is falling quickly. They cancel the Meteor Hammer because the Light Strike was coming. Shackles, no. Night Stalker's too speedy.
Okay.
Oh, that Shadow. Oh my god, Shadow Shaman, please. Don't walk forward like that. Night Stalker's still skirting around the edges. They know where the Shadow Shaman is, and Night Stalker's coming for you. Doesn't have mana for the Void, so he's gonna get shackled up here. OD. I'll turn around with a bit of a hex, but the Earth Spirit rolls forward. Nothing dead just yet, but it will be Tano and the 2 supports, in fact, giving a double kill to the Night Stalker.
Well.
Good work. Latam
Tier 1
defenders.
tower's dead. Yep. They got the tier 1 tower. They also get 2 support kills. I mean, I must say, this first nighttime has been a huge success. 5-0-2. He's been part of 7 kills in the last 5 minutes.
Coming out of a tri-lane.
Yep.
And like the panel was saying, he's a hero that succeeds against Ricky as the game goes on.
Right. And this is like actually the time where EGOBOYS should be doing something together, right? When it's daytime and it's just popped his ulti, he won't have it for the next 80 seconds. They should at least be able to get like a tier 1 tower bottom. I hope Latam defenders won't be defending this because they're at a huge disadvantage at this point.
There's no need to. Bottom tier 1. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying they want to do something, but you look at the 2 supports, both level 5 on the Grimstroke and the Shadow Shaman. And again, you know, harping on this tri-lane, but leeching experience away from everybody, including Yuriki, does put you in a real bad spot because you know, Wraith King is level 9, Earth Spirit's level 6, Undying's even level 6.
Yeah. And it's because you didn't also get any pulls, right? Like supports, most of their experience come from getting pulls off, making your carry stronger, giving them solo XP and such. And yeah, this game is just not looking so hot for EGOBOYS right now. I know it's only a 1k gold lead, but if you look at the map control and what's happening, this is just nighttime. So EGOBOYS don't look so bad. But once it gets, sorry, daytime. But once it gets nighttime again, we're gonna see Latam defenders going off.
Shadow Shaman and Enigma both farming the same jungle camp together. Give me level 6, please. Let me use the Serpent Wards.
Maybe if he gets the Serpent Wards, they can go mid and try to take that tier 1 tower as well for themselves. They're gonna need something like that to happen. But NS will have his ulti ready. They're smoking. They want to do something with this Dark Ascension.
They sure do. They Yules up an Illusion mid though. Alone base them out. And now Astral with Meteor Hammer cancelled again. It is just immediate. The reactions in from the defenders. 2 quick kills.
Dark Ascension.
They sure do. They Yules up an Illusion mid though. Alone base them out. And now Astral with Meteor Hammer cancelled again. It is just immediate. The reaction. He Astrals, he Meteor Hammers with 3 heroes behind him.
They can't really play with anybody else, right? The 2 supports. Odie's essentially their playmaker here. Enigma and Ricky, these 2 are like carry heroes, essentially, just farming. Always want to be farming.
They might spot this Night Stalker up top.
Yeah. One of the most annoying things about Ricky is that he's so hard to catch with his back because he just used 1 trick on the trade. It kills off the creep wave. He doesn't even show up on the minimap. He uses it.
It's like a blurred P8.
Yeah,
Worse.
essentially. Yeah. Oh, Tombstone. Undying, not going to drop it right away.
Earth Spirit's getting
There we
stunned
go.
up. Astral Meteor Hammer also catching a target. Night Stalker stunned. But yeah, you're right, that Tombstone. You called it every time it's dropped. Ego Boys know they can't clear it up, so they retreat.
But it's good. I mean, if you get away with all your heroes after the Tombstone gets dropped, that means you have like a small window where you can re-engage away from the Tombstone. Latam defenders needs to make sure that they don't fight without their Tombstone either, because that's just their #1 team fighting tool.
Don't get drawn away from it. It's like, you know, playing into vision. You don't want to get drawn away from your wards. Don't get drawn away
Precisely.
from that Tombstone.
Lina going for the BKB next. We saw, who was that? Chris Luck, right? Where he went like Yules into BKB straight. This is much more of a greedier Lina build, I guess. You know, going for the Boots of Travels first. Still doing all right. Did die twice though. After
Yeah,
that
I want to say
pick up.
getting away with it, but barely. Definitely allows her to rejoin the fight and dodge away from that gank, which was coming just now into the bottom lane.
Yeah, I would like to see Latam defenders do something with this Radiance up on the Wraith King. They also have the NS BKB up. I know it's going to be daytime in about 30 seconds, but they will have the Dark Ascension ready. And you can use that to win a battle.
It feels like go time. Shadow Amulet for the Undying. Time to pop that smoke.
Here we go.
5 heroes altogether. Ego Boys moving down towards their Ancients and their triangle farming spot. Trying to stack that up a little more for the Ricky. And I think Odie and Ricky, they know this is happening. They're going to do a kind of loop around back towards their triangle and hope to not get caught. Perfectly dodged.
I mean, they wanted to play around the bottom 2 bounty runes as well. They're going to get those. And now they know exactly where Latam defenders are because they're not contesting these bounties. They're on the top side. So we just sit on the triangle, wait for them to run into our vision. Ego Boys feeling great.
They smoke up themselves. Yeah, Ricky's farming Ancients still.
Ooh, this could be a bad smoke. Yeah.
Eidolons, they know that someone's nearby. Now Shadow Shaman sees the opportunity for a Hex, Shackle, Serpent Wards onto the Undying, but he pops his Tombstone and Shadow Shaman gets bladed.
You gotta get out, man.
Night Stalker's hunting. Yo, this Night Stalker's going in. 1v2. Roll from Earth Spirit. A little bit too far away from him. The Ricky, he is shredding that Earth Spirit with the Battle Fury. And now a Black Hole. Solo onto the Night Stalker. Sacred says, cool. Good initiation. I'm going to take you down.
Didn't click the BKB. I mean, he was going in because he popped his Dark Ascension. He's like, there's no way I'm settling just for a Shaman kill. And his team just couldn't keep up with him. So a pretty big mistake on the side of Night Stalker. Should have been okay with just a Shaman kill, seeing that his teammates were way too far away to back him up. And now they're going for Alina, top side. Oh, she better TP out like 3 seconds ago.
Oh, it looks like she's just fast enough. Full step, Hex, the catch. Oh, I was wrong. I was ever so wrong. Lina getting shackled up, and this OD with Grimstroke, Shadow Shaman. Good Yule's dodge on the Meteor Hammer, but it is inevitable that she will die. The backup from Earth Spirit, it's arriving. He rolls, he silences, but the Astral's going to be there, and he's probably given his life away for nothing whatsoever.
No, Undying is here too.
Wait, Undying's coming in? He tombstones, Shadow Amulets, Soul Rips, runs in onto the OD. I have no idea what the plan is here, but he's going to 1v3. The Undying with the Wraith King here, they've made it work out. Oh my goodness, South American Dota at its finest. Run at your opponents, kill them until they are dead.
Yeah, this Undying just manned up, man. Dropped the tomb. He's like, he made the calculations. Okay, these guys, if they kill me, they're gonna die to the tombstone. If they kill the tombstone, I'm gonna kill them. So with the support of the Wraith King, it was just enough. I mean, that Wraith King does mad damage right now. He's enormous.
Well, he's going to kill the Enigma now. He can't blink, doesn't want to BKB.
Yeah.
Enigma gets found in the trees. And I mean, I thought EGOBOYS was starting to come back in this game, but even during daytime, the Latam defenders just bring the numbers.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, you know, there's such thing as gas, right? Like, once you've spent your abilities and you've killed a couple of heroes, it's time to get out. And EGOBOYS, they just wanted more. They didn't know when to go back and refuel, and ended up getting punished for it.
I guess the last couple of fights were without the Riki. So worth mentioning now, does have the Aghanim Scepter, Crystallis coming out with Daedalus queued. It is a very, very farmed Riki at 13,000 net worth.
I mean, he's on par with the Wraith King, even a little bit ahead, but I want to see what kind of damage he's going to be able to do in the next fights. What we're looking for, EGOBOYS, is a kill on the Undying before he can get any spells off. If somehow the Riki can do that, that's how they win the fights.
It's such a weird thing to hear. Focus the Undying before Tombstone. You know, usually it's focus the Enigma before his Black Hole, or the Tide before Ravage, whatever it might be. But yeah, his Tombstone is incredibly important. Linchpin part of the team fights here for the Radiant. Well, Lena's starting to use those travels to shove out the waves. Has BKB
scanning.
ready now for the next team fight. As Roshan gets kind of encircled here by Radiant and Dire heroes. Everyone's itching for the fight near the pit. But it's the Dire that get in there first.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
How long on those Lena travels?
They know.
10 seconds.
They know. The Serpent Ward dropped outside the pit.
Oh, you're right. Still no Lena for 10 seconds though. She's very distant, but she's going to grab a DD on her way in as a Riki initiates, tricks the trade, nearly slaying Moonlight. He'll get the jump forward, but the Wraith King BKB has arrived, clears up the Shadow Shaman, while Enigma, he gets a Black Hole onto two of them, but he's still being whacked. The Wraith King was outside of it, in fact, and now the OD jumped on by the Earth Spirit. Ricky's going to get blown up. They drop the Sandys Eclipse, but it's all lights out now for EGOBOYS. 3 heroes shredded as the 4th, the 5th, they're going to fall too. The OD alone doesn't have Astral, can't Meteor Hammer.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna turn and die and give his life, as he knew it was forfeit.
Yeah, huge BKB from the Wraith King as well, and I have no idea why EGOBOYS were even trying to do a Roshan attempt there. Like, their heroes do such little damage to Roshan, and giving a perfect opportunity for Latam defenders to pop that Dark Ascension, get complete vision of the team fight. Tombstone, same thing. Vision of the team fight, get the perfect kills off first. And now Enigma doesn't have Black Hole either when they revive, so they can't really go out and fight.
Did he miss Black Hole?
Yeah, he missed Black Hole on the Wraith King. Yeah, he did. He did.
It's like, initially, I see the Enigma in between both of them, and my first thought is, it's a 2-man Black Hole. I say it, and then I look with my eyes, and I'm like, wait a second. Wraith King just hits him.
I mean, you were safe to assume it was going to be a 2-man Black Hole because they were literally
That's
on
what
top
I
of each
thought.
other. But you know what we need? We need Enigma Shard, man. He's got to get some big plays going. He's got to get some like 4-man Black Holes with the Shard and get the Riki tricks of the trade into an OD Sandy Eclipse. Turn the fight around.
It's probably where Enigma's probably wishing he bought Midas instead of the Necro. I mean, they're throwing spells on this Wraith King. But I just don't know what else I want to do. It's a good jump on the Earth Spirit, though. Riki, Inkswell dodged by the Yules. Now a Soulbind comes. Wraith King pops his BKB as the Night Stalker sprints towards the Dire high ground. They get the double. BKB's there, still for the Wraith King, and the Shadow Shaman, a defensive Astral by the time. The Riki, he's cleaving them. Night Stalker gone to the tricks of the trade, and the Wraith King's first life now down as the Reincarn is popped out. And Lena just gonna give a casual Laguna Blade to the back of Ricky's head.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an embarrassing goal there from the Wraith King and the Night Stalker. Because the Wraith King popped the BKB, he felt like he had to go in and make a play, getting his team out of position. Oh, no Black Hole on Enigma, just blinking in though.
I mean, Riki is killing these heroes so quickly. Lena's BKB, the help from the Glimmer Cape, bit of safety for her. OD, the Force Staff with the Astral, can he get it in
Big catch if
time?
they can get it.
He is so far away. The Wraith King with phase boots, barely speedy enough, and a Life Strike array blind, I believe, on the Riki to stop the advance from the Dire heroes, gets them out.
Yeah, they had the ward from the Radiant side there too, seeing the OD. Wraith King was just able to get out of his sight, line of sight, using that.
Night Stalker's back. Theban, where do you think Night Stalker wants to go? Tier 4s? Fountains this time?
I don't know. He's insane. That's all I know right now.
He just wants to go in.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit of a mistake, right, from Latam defenders, but at the end of the day, you look at the map control, they're back where they were. You know, it's as if nothing really happened.
And they do still have Aegis for 2 minutes on Lina. Something that they could fall back on. Ooh, everybody from the Ego Boys all grouping up in the mid lane. Black Hole is back up, so they probably want to try and bait out a fight here close to their high ground. Buyback wise.
Oh, Ricky?
And Lina with them. He jumps straight high ground. BKB Night Stalker stances up a couple of heroes, but a Black Hole's decent from the Enigma. Not going to get cancelled out this time. That Tombstone is on the high ground and it is slowing them down. They can't retreat. Ricky's been found. He's blown up by the Laguna Blade. He's got buyback. He might need to pop it now. Shackles? Oh, Shadow Shaman doesn't stand a chance. Cannot stay in that fight as the Wraith King reincarnates in the OD. Another kill secured. A double for the Lina. Enigma's in trouble. They're trying to move forward, but the Hex and the Shackles in there is allowing the Ricky to dish some serious damage. Slays the Earth Spirit and Undying. A two-man Life Strike array, though, from the Lina allows the escape from Night Stalker and Wraith King. Ricky, Enigma, they're jumping. Night Stalker's incredibly fast, but his Dark Ascension ends. Ricky wants to keep chasing, but
they don't
that's
get
a
him.
Night Stalker with a lot of movement speed.
Huge win from Latam defenders. They
finds Lina.
all through the. Oh, okay.
I don't know how, but he's jumped high
Aegis,
ground. Meteor hammering, taking the Aegis. Now, where's the rest of Ego Boys? This is a huge kill. There is no BKB. There's a Blink and a Yules. Maybe up into the high ground, get him away. No, the Lina's been traded out. Now, Ricky there with the tricks.
Yeah, that word caught off the Lina, and they get 1 kill, but that was 3 buybacks, Gary. Shaman, Odie, Ricky, all buying out in that team fight. I don't think Latam defenders are going to complain about that one. They're just going to get back on the map, maybe wait for the Lina first. Get a kill on one of those heroes. They're gone for like pretty much, what, 90 seconds at this stage in the game? 100 seconds?
Yeah, exactly. I guess they've just got to be careful they don't bleed out anymore, because if you start feeding away an Undying or an Earth Spirit hero there, Ego Boys, they are already on your side of the river. Could start to become a little worrying.
Yeah, the only issue with that is they don't really have much tower damage to chain those kills into quick objectives.
Oh, Ego Boys?
Enigma Islands? Yeah, is that pretty much their best tower? Or Meteor Hammer?
Necro 1 Meteor Hammer. Yeah, they've definitely itemized to try and help it out.
Oh, Ricky, though, he's going for the Daedalus and then straight into the Rapier. Let's hope he gets there, because that's going to be pretty fun if he can get to that Rapier Daedalus point.
He's just going to be like one-hit killing the Earth Spirit and Undying. Like one tricks of the trade, both of them dead. And we're still yet to see the Black Hole with the tricks, aren't we? You know, that actual combo. And Grimstroke sliced up by the Wraith King, one of the heroes of the die that does have buyback. Shadow Shaman returns to base, spotted by the Earth Spirit. They want to try and pick him off, but a great Hex shows off the Observer Ward on the high ground, but you keep the Rasta alive.
There was something I noticed in the last team fight. After the Ricky bought out, he blinked into a really weird position, but they didn't have any sentries or dust on him because both the Undying and Earth Spirit died. So I'm looking at this Night Stalker, and I'm like, hey man, where's your reveal? Where's your dust? Where's your gem? Like,
Gem time?
Yeah, if these two supports die, like this Ricky pretty much becomes invincible after that.
It's a good shout. I mean,
I see a world where they're losing fights because of it. Okay, Earth Spirit got a gem?
Yeah.
Okay, solid. I mean, we might want to give that to the Night Stalker though, so you kind of like, you know, split up your reveal amongst your heroes. So in case the easy ones die first, you still got something.
Do you trust him? Would you trust the Night Stalker with a gem?
I hope he changes his playstyle if he has a gem.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I agree with you. Night Stalker would be great with the gem, but the way he's been playing has been very aggressive.
Yeah, he has been.
Maybe take his foot off the pedal just for a couple of seconds.
I think you need to anyway. That's just the right Dota play, right? Like putting the gem on the Night Stalker is just a correct Dota play at this point. You're gonna have to do it.
Well, a bit of lag there for some of the players, but it looks like we should be good to get back underway. EGOBOYS making a bit of a base camp in their northern jungle. And the Radiant going to be taking over that triangle for the multi-push into mid and bottom lane. Daedalus Lina now. She's going to be giving out some hefty right clicks. Kind of interested in his OD's build. Blink, Force Staff, Meteor Hammer. He's all about catch. But with no BKB or anything, he can't really stand in a fight and do much. Very mobile, but very squishy.
Yeah. I mean, this Lina Daedalus will shred that Enigma.
Unless he Shadow Blades. And there's no reveal around.
Possible.
They get a catch on Grim. Again, he's the one with buyback.
And this does have the gem too now, at least. That's good. So Earthsphere has a dust. Undying, chilling with the dust.
Radiant's top
Can you still Shadow Blade while black holing?
Yes, you can.
Just making sure.
You can Shadow Blade while TPing.
You can do that with most invis spells, can't you? Like Shikuchi and stuff.
5-man black hole, Gary. That was the game changer right there. If Ricky was still alive to be able to get that trickster trade off. Oh, the cleave on all those here. Oh, damn.
We've been waiting for it, and that was the opportunity, but Ricky dying so quickly.
Yeah,
Put a stopper in that plan.
exactly. That was also a 5-man black.
In this video, we'll walk you through the new customization page in YouTube Studio. This page lets you change the homepage layout, branding, and basic info for your channel. Let's first dive into the Layout tab. This tab lets you select and organize what viewers see when visiting your channel. First, you can add a video spotlight. This is the main video someone sees when visiting your channel, and you can showcase a different video depending on if the viewer is subscribed or not. For people who aren't subscribed, you can add a channel trailer. A channel trailer can be a quick video that highlights what you create, what viewers can expect from your channel, and encourages
As well,
people
it's only
to
going to get
subscribe.
stronger.
For returning subscribers, you can add any
We'll probably end up seeing him replace his armament with the AC and then replace the Radiance with the Rapier. I think Wraith King nowadays has plenty of options for late game items. He's a brilliant like Rapier carrier, to be honest. He went for the Reincarnation Fire Blast though. I don't like that one bit. I think
When
the
you're going for the
2-second
right
motor
build.
right, like they're not even focusing him pretty much. So if you go blast though, I don't like that one bit. I think
When
the
you're going for the
2-second
right
motor
build.
right, like they're not even focusing him pretty much. So if you go for the Mortal Strike cooldown, like you jump a bit.
Like you think about it, how many reincarnations is he going to have in a fight? One? Maybe two.
I mean, and you have to die in order for that Reincarnation Fire Blast to go off, right? Like it's maybe decent when you're like behind or something and you need to utilize your ulti, but he's not. He's ahead. He's the one killing people and not dying. They're focusing his teammates.
Yeah, he's not the bait that has been dangled in front of them. He is just a guy they ignore.
Yeah, you can even argue if he gets his Reincarnation use is bad, because then they can black hole him.
NS stalking the Enigma, and they found him with the Abyssal Blade. He's dead for 100. Tano's gone. Latam defenders, they found the pickoffs they need while Ricky's invis, BKB'd up. He turns, he tries to tricks, but this Wraith King's too tanky. He doesn't give a damn about you, and he's pummeled into the ground by the rest of them. 2 dead without buyback for a minute and a half. 2 minutes for that Enigma and Ricky.
Yo, Grimshark's got to get this mid wave out now. Okay, he's not. He's maybe afraid that he might get jumped, but he does have a buyback. I would have definitely tried to at least slow down this push middle, because that's the only way they're gonna get to the high ground.